Hey everyone, Brienne here with my ABA mentor, and today I'm going to talk about one of the greatest lessons that I have learned as a BCBA, and that has been from losing every client that I have ever worked with. So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and so that this information can get out to more people because it's really important what we're talking about today. So, I just want to start by talking about becoming a BCBA and becoming a supervisor and the responsibility that we have as a supervisor towards the families and the clients that we work with. And when we decide that this is going to be our career path, we are making the decision to lead the family to a better place and leading the client to a better place of existence, whether that is, their quality of life, their skills, how they're interacting with others. And we as professionals, as trained professionals, we have the ability to know how to take them from point A to point Z and mapping out what that looks like and the skills required to get that client to where they are going. And that for most clients takes a very long time, and that, as we all know, because we work on kids at a variety of levels of their current functioning and their kind of overall goals, that can be really different for every person. But when we say we're going to, take on this responsibility, that is essentially what we're doing, and I can talk a whole lot about just that concept right there, but I want to really talk about the reality that, in their journey from A to Z, with us, we may only get that kiddo from A to C. And when you're looking at the timeline of this process, the client has one path that is the start and finish of ABA, okay? So to commit to the starting and finishing of this path is a very big commitment. And what's happening is the life comes into play, and that one path is in competition with an infinite number of other paths that client can go. And so you see this play out in, you have a client for 6 months and then, something happens with the parent's job and they lose their insurance and their new insurance doesn't cover ABA and that kid now no longer has ABA. It could be something that the family, relocated to another state. And now that family is on, another ABA company's wait list for however long, to get staffed. And then they get back on the path of finishing from start to finish the process of ABA. And so as a new BCBA, this was the case for me, and I have taught a lot of the students that I have worked with that, that the reality of what they're walking into is not, I'm going to, take on this client and then I'm going to see them master all their goals and we're going to graduate them, and I'm going to be with them for the next 10 years. Okay, so that is just the opposite of reality. And, you're more likely to have kids for 6 months, a year, maybe 3 years, some extended kiddos, maybe 5 years, and then life eventually kicks in and will take that person off of your trajectory of their therapy services. So now that we have a better understanding of kind of the flow of what the reality of services look like, the lesson here is that you have to be very intentional about the programming that you are doing given the limited time that you can go in knowing that you have. So when you are choosing programs, when you are, talking to the families and, you're saying, okay, what is the most important thing to you? Why is, this more important to you than that being more important to you? And when you think about, assessing for social validity of the goals that we're working on, you need to keep in mind that one, we're here to help the family, and you don't know how long you're going to be able to help them. And you need to have a real sense of intention and urgency towards the services that we are providing, and saying, okay, I don't know when this is going to end. It could be in 2 months from now. You could lose your job a year from now, and then we never see you again. And so what are the top things that we need to be working on right now to make as much impact as possible for your family and for the client that we're providing services to? And over the years, I have done this myself. And then when I was working with my teams and my staff, I was always talking about, why are you working on this right now? Why is this important right now? And if things were not important, or things were, not a critical thing that we're working on in respect to what the family's, most highest priorities, my question then would be, well, what's making you work on this skill when you're missing XYZ skills that are going to literally change this kid's life? And, sometimes there were answers for that, and sometimes, it's difficult to come up with answers for that, because we have been conditioned in a way to say, okay, we need to follow strictly to the VB-MAP skills, as an example, which has a lot of great skills. I'm not saying that it's not a great tool to use, but there is a sense of our own clinical appropriateness and our expertise that needs to come into play beyond just what the next skill on the list is. And we really need to be intentional about choosing those with the mindset of, I have limited time, okay? And I don't know when this time is going to end. And how can I set up this kiddo for success, when that time comes? Because it will come. Like, trust me, the amount of times that you're going to see a client from start to finish is very uncommon. It can be done, especially, if you're just working on, social skills and things like that. But, we work with such a wide variety of kids. You're going to get a lot of kids who have very low skill levels when they come to you. And there's really going to be I'm not going to overestimate, but a 95% chance that you will not see that kid to the end of his journey or her journey. So that was one of the biggest lessons that I had learned that has really shaped a lot of my clinical work and also my training of other staff, because it's crucially important, and making sure that you are keeping that in mind as you are taking on clients and leading them through the successful journey of ABA. So that's my lesson for today, and see you on the next video.